Hey guys, and welcome to a bit of a different episode of Modular, the Warframe mod review series. Today we're actually going to be taking a look at something that took me a while to work out exactly how it's working, but it's something positive to the class of mod, and that is the new Archwing Impact, Puncture and Slash mod compared to the standard IPS mods. I'm going to apologise already for the seagulls. They are being pretty loud today. Unfortunately, there's not really a lot I can do about that, but I can hear you guys saying, we already know how these IPS mods work. They add 120% damage to the specific damage type you want. So Buzzkill 4/, for example. Yes, that is absolutely true. However, not on Archwing. The Archwing IPS mod seems to be working completely differently. And quite frankly, a bit crazily. Now I do want to say that I have tried to get some form of confirmation as to whether this is intentional or not. I've not got a response yet, so this might be. It might be a bug. But so far, honestly, it doesn't make any sense why it works differently to sort of the rest of the system. So why is it so crazy? Well, the IPS mods are interacting with damages in ways they haven't done before. Let's take a look, for example, at the Grappler I've been leveling. You've seen in a few videos I've been leveling the Grappler up. An unmodded Grappler, for example, has 27.5 slash and impact, 220 puncture. Now we're going to add Zodiac Shred. That then boosts the slash from 27.5 all the way up to 275 slash damage, actually overtaking the base puncture damage. And this has been the main source of confusion for me for the last couple of days, trying to work out exactly how this is working. Let's put it this way, now I've worked out the math, it seems very, very simple. I'm really bad at math, so it took me a lot longer to figure this out than it probably should have done. What these new IPS mods are doing is they're applying 90% of the base damage as that specific damage type. So say, for example, using Zodiac Shred on the Grappler, slash goes from 27.5 to 275. That's because the Grappler has 275 base damage, 90% of 275 is 247.5, add 247.5 to the base 27.5 slash damage, and you have the 275 slash the UI is showing. This means that instead of doing what the normal mods do, which is add 90% of the slash damage to itself, which in the Grappler's case would be something like 52 slash damage, it's actually using the total base damage of the weapon to calculate the additional damage in the mod. And this has actually led to some craziness with the Velocitus. Since the weapon has 1800 base magnetic damage, you would think that IPS mods wouldn't work at all, right? Well, no, they do. They do. Adding Zodiac Shred to the Velocitus under the old system would do nothing at all because it's based off the actual slash damage. However, now it's taking from base damage, you end up with 1620 slash damage on a weapon that started with none at all. In fact, you can keep adding them. Each of the individual mods, Puncture and Impact as well, will also add another 1620 of that specific damage type. Now, to be honest, I actually like this change, where the IPS mods act more like elemental mods in this case, rather than what they are now, which is ridiculously situational, and more often than not, worse than simply putting an elemental mod on the weapon. This has actually made me reconsider my Archwing weapon builds a bit. My Velocitus definitely is going to be having Quasar Drill Puncture mod, as well as Zodiac Shred on there. It's given me way more damage than it had before, and honestly, I've added Zodiac Shred to my Grappler as well now as well. It's not something I haven't gone through, and I've not updated all my builds yet on the Archwing weapons, but this change to the IPS mods has actually given me some more mod freedom on the Archwing weapons that you just don't get from the standard non-Archwing ones. Honestly, it's a change I hope carries over to the rest of the game. More mod diversity and choice is always a good thing, especially if you could tailor the base damage of a weapon more to a faction you're fighting. Like for example, adding 120% slash mod to the Paris Prime, for making it a lot less terrible against Infested, for example. It would give way more options in modding, and that is always a good thing. Right now, I'm not sure whether this is a bug, as I said earlier, and whether these IPS mods are actually working as they're intended to do, but quite frankly, I hope they stay like this, and go even further than that, extends into the rest of the game. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick look at the new 90% Archwing IPS mods. Don't write them off immediately, they are actually pretty good. It's not an obvious change, it wasn't a documented change, but it is worth looking into if you are into your Archwing. Honestly, if you've got this far into the video, I thank you very much. I am sure some people saw Archwing, didn't want to watch. I'm sure some people saw IPS mods and didn't want to watch. However, next week, Suit Up is going to be returning, as well as Modular to do with that Warframe. I have a whole week dedicated to this frame, so look forward to that. And as always, guys, many thanks for watching. I shall see you in the next video.